Jungkook BTS's life, which is under the global spotlight, once again raised major questions among ARMY. It all started with a rumor that the youngest member, Jungkook, was always escorted by a man in uniform during his mandatory military service. Not only that, speculations about the special treatment Jungkook received began to spread among fans. But what really happened behind this event? Why did this come up so suddenly, making ARMY feel anxious? As a member of BTS, known for his extraordinary fame, Jungkook has always been under the public's gaze. However, this time the attention came in an unexpected form, namely regarding his life in the military barracks. Many eyewitnesses reported that Jungkook was often seen with a man in uniform, seemingly accompanying him every step of the way, both inside and outside of training. Naturally, the rumor became a hot topic of discussion among fans. As an idol, many were concerned that Jungkook might be receiving special treatment, which could potentially lead to jealousy or criticism. Various questions arose. Did Jungkook receive special treatment? Is there another, more serious reason behind all of this? With so many wild speculations spreading, Jungkook himself decided to speak up. In a brief statement circulating among fellow soldiers, Jungkook confirmed that the man in uniform often seen with him was not his personal bodyguard, but his commander. This statement immediately drew many reactions. However, what was even more surprising was the clarification from Jimin, his group mate who also served in the same division. Jimin, known for his close relationship with Jungkook, provided further explanation that made the situation clearer. It wasn't Jungkook's status as an idol that attracted attention, but his attitude and dedication since the very first day in the military. Jimin revealed that Jungkook worked hard to avoid being treated differently, despite being a global superstar. Jungkook went through his mandatory military service with full discipline and determination to follow all the rules strictly. Interestingly, Jungkook is known as one of the soldiers who adapted the fastest and was often the first in various physical training exercises. Jimin's explanation brought clarity to many who had previously been skeptical of Jungkook's attitude in the military. It turned out that behind his fame, Jungkook was a young man fulfilling his duties with full responsibility. This clarification helped ease the concerns of many, especially ARMY, who began to feel proud of Jungkook's humility and hard work. Jimin himself wasn't just a friend, but also an older brother, always ready to support Jungkook in every step. Their warm relationship became even more apparent in the military environment. Fellow soldiers revealed that Jimin often helped Jungkook in various difficult situations. Even when Jungkook had trouble adjusting to life in the barracks, full of rules, Jimin was always there to support him. However, even though Jungkook appeared strong and enthusiastic in every training session, there were times when he felt a deep longing for life outside the barracks. One soldier close to him revealed that there were certain nights when Jungkook looked lost in thought, staring at the sky with a longing expression. When this happened, Jimin, who always understood Jungkook's feelings, would sit next to him, offering quiet companionship. Jimin's presence was enough to provide comfort to Jungkook. Jungkook and Jimin's life in the military certainly became the focus of many, especially ARMY. However, instead of worsening the dynamics in the barracks, their presence actually brought a positive impact. Seniors and commanders acknowledged that these two idols never showed arrogance or acted superior to others. They remained humble, disciplined, and always ready to help their fellow soldiers. Even in the exhausting physical training sessions, they were eager to help their friends. Whether it was by offering encouragement or assisting with difficult tasks, there was one incident that truly impressed the seniors. During a physical exercise, a soldier suffered a minor injury and struggled to complete his task. Without a second thought, Jungkook immediately offered to help complete part of the task. His empathetic action proved that Jungkook truly had the mentality of a real soldier, despite coming from a different world. Even Jimin, known as a thoughtful figure, secretly gave Jungkook a small surprise to lift his spirits. One soldier revealed that Jimin wrote a message of encouragement and slipped it into Jungkook's belongings. This small gesture demonstrated how deeply Jimin cared for his friend. Jungkook may not speak much, but his small smile was enough to show how much he appreciated the gesture. With a still considerable amount of time left in his military service, Jungkook and Jimin's journey in the military world will certainly be even more interesting to follow. Perhaps there will be more inspiring stories from them, and who knows, there might be other surprises that will make ARMY even prouder. However, what is certain is that Jungkook and Jimin have proven that they are not only superstars on stage, but also extraordinary individuals, ready to face life's challenges with sincerity, hard work, and mutual support. Their presence in the military barracks not only adds to the pride of ARMY, but also serves as tangible proof that true idols are not only measured by their success in the entertainment world, but also by their character and dedication to the duties of the nation. Now, after all the clarifications and mysteries have been solved, ARMY no longer feels anxious. They are more proud and increasingly convinced that Jungkook and Jimin are two extraordinary individuals, not only as BTS members, but as people who are ready to face any challenge with sincere hearts and full of spirit. The world is watching their journey, which not only inspires but also brings pride to those who continue to support them. Are you really sure that the story you just read about Jungkook and Jimin is the truth? Or is it just a narrative deliberately built to attract public attention and stir up social media? So many stories emerge and spread so quickly in the online world, whether through TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, or other platforms, that we often find ourselves caught in the whirlwind of information so vast and unverified. For this reason, let us think more critically and delve deeper into what is really happening behind this seemingly dramatic story. When we talk about Jungkook and Jimin's lives in the military, are we just seeing the picture that the media wants to show us? Do we truly know the details, or are we simply accepting a story that has been carefully crafted to trigger our emotions? Does the claim that Jungkook did not receive special treatment truly reflect reality, or is it just a narrative designed to build the idol's image as a noble and disciplined figure? Now, let us think further. Why is this claim so detailed and in-depth? Why do things that previously seemed ordinary, such as Jungkook participating in physical training and not receiving special treatment, become such a major news story that captures so much attention? Could this be a media strategy to create a dramatic story behind the life of an idol performing national service, then presented to the public to increase sympathy toward him? The first thing we need to remember is that the information we receive does not always come from a reliable source. Platforms like TikTok, YouTube, or Twitter give us direct access to various viral content, but often the information circulating there may not be 100% trustworthy. There are many videos, tweets, or posts that seem informative, but they could easily be embellished with speculation or even fabrication. Are we truly sure that every claim we read has been verified and supported by strong evidence? The example of this news, which has spread widely through various platforms, needs to be questioned. Is it true that Jimin made that clarification? Is it true that Jungkook went through his military service just like any other soldier? And more importantly, can the statements made by them in the barracks be considered valid and indisputable sources? Or are we only seeing selected parts of the story that have been spread with a specific purpose? Furthermore, let's think about the motivations behind the spreading of this story. Perhaps this is part of an effort to maintain Jungkook and BTS's image in the eyes of the public. In the entertainment world, especially for idols with huge fan bases like BTS, maintaining